Down to Andrews. Gets it down court. The shot is up. Yes! And Westdale, you're greatly appreciated. Baker here for three. Knocks out pitch here from Turner. And that's going to be a fly ball. Center field. That's going to be pretty good season. That's a high fly ball. Deep there in the left field. And it's going to be gone! Paul P. Dan Fisher. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to the WHS Network here on YouTube.com. Here from beautiful Raider Field in Selma, Indiana. Here for some Wapahani Lady Raider softball here this evening. We have the 2-2 Cowan Blackhawks taking on your 2-1 Wapahani Raiders here this evening. Again, we'll get right into things here with our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Dr. Kara J. Wolf, DDS PC. Again, I'm Brandon Warvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Looking forward to a great night of Lady Raider softball. Wapahani, winners of their last two games, started off the year last Tuesday night there against Northeastern. Unfortunately, fell short there in that one, 4-2 after a great start. And then we was able to bounce back and got a victory last week there over Daleville and Hagerstown. To improve on our 2-1 record right now, currently 1-0 in the MEC Conference as well. So hopefully some of that positivity and momentum that we've been able to ride the last couple games here will be brought here into tonight's ball game against a very tough Cowan team that's very, very disciplined offensively and has a great pitching staff there led by Tatum Rickert. Looking forward to seeing what this game will provide us here this evening. But like I said, we're expecting a great one here tonight. Battle here between your Raiders and the Blackhawks. MEC Conference action coming up. Again, it's been our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Dr. Kara J. Wolf, DDS PC. All right, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network here on YouTube.com as we take a look here at tonight's starting lineups. First and foremost for the visiting Cowan Blackhawks. Again, the Blackhawks look like this here this evening. Again, leading off and playing shortstop. That's going to be number 1, McKenna Minton.
Here we go. Starting off.
Batting second, the third baseman, number 2, Taylor Young.
First, number 1, we have McKenna Clinton.
Batting third and catching, number 3, Ariana Bynum. Batting fourth and pitching here for the Blackhawks, number 12, Tatum Rickert. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 11, Miranda Bowling. Batting sixth, the center fielder, the number 5, Josie Bird. Batting seventh, designated player number 10, Briley Hyatt. She'll be hitting for the second baseman, number 7, Cheyenne Carter. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 15, Savannah Crabtree. And batting ninth and playing left field, number 6, Jenna Current. Again, the Blackhawks are coached by Curtis Bynum. So again, that is the Cowan Blackhawks here this evening. Again, here's, we'll kind of stay in unison here with our PA announcer, Kevin Van Note here, as we'll take a look here at your Wapahani Lady Raider softball team here this evening. Like I said, coming in 2-1 on the season, currently 1-0 in the MEC Conference. So the Raiders look like this here this evening. Leading off and playing second base, number 20, Madeline Rhodes. Batting second, playing shortstop, number 3, Abby Cross. In a 3 spot, that's catcher number 00, Briley Kahali-Como. And a cleanup spot, that's the right fielder, number 5, Emily Luce. Batting fifth and playing left field, number 6, Kaya Van Note. In the 6th spot, it's the pitcher, number 7, Zoe Koger. Batting 7th, playing center field, number 18, Zoe Swallow. Batting 8th, playing first base, number 23, Tatum Dudley. And batting 9th and playing third base, number 15, Megan Luce. Again, your Raiders coached by Jeff Masters. And he is assisted by Brad Morgan, Tyler Parks, and Abby Hollingsworth. So, again, that is tonight's Liberty Prairie Alumni Association starting lineup here for both Cowan and Wapahani. As we, again, step aside here for a quick timeout here. Again, we have tonight's national anthem and tonight's first pitch. Again, out here from beautiful Raider Field here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here to the WHS Network here on YouTube.com. Again, Brandon Morvillius here with your play-by-play call here as always. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Again, out here from a beautiful Raider field here on this sunny Tuesday night of April the 11th, 2023. And Cowan and Wapahani going toe-to-toe tonight here in tonight's MEC Conference matchup. As tonight's first pitch here from Zoe Koger will be in there, and it's going to be low for a ball here at 5:06 p.m. here again on Tuesday, April the 11th, 2023. Again, we thank you all for tuning in. A 1-0 count here to start things off here on McKenna Minton, and the shortstop here for the Lady Blackhawks. Again, Cowan coming in 2-2 on the season, 1-0 in the MEC Conference. Wapahani 2-1 on the year, 1-0 in the conference play. Again, with their victory last week over Daleville on the road. So 2 balls and no strikes here on Minton. Koger rocks back. Here's a pitch. Puts a bunt down. Loose. Will not get that out of her glove, and it won't be in time. So a base hit. Bunt right there. Bunt single there for Minton. And that will get the Blackhawks with an opportunity here to tack on a run early here this evening. Taylor Young now, third baseman number 2 now at the plate. Here's the pitch. A throw down to second base. Won't be in time. That's going to crawl all the way into center field, but no play thereafter. So 0-1 the count. Again, the stolen base there by Minton. She's now out there in scoring position. Koger again rocks back. Here's the pitch. Skied up there, right there to the pitcher, Koger. She'll make the play for out number 1 here in the inning.
Great catch by pitcher Zoe Koger. Next up for the Blackhawks, number 3, Ariana.
So 1 out now in the inning. Now the catcher number 3, Ariana Bynum now at the plate. So Bynum will step in with 1 away here in the inning. Again, Minton out there at second base. Koger back on the rubber as Bynum steps in. Rocks back. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt. And then Minton will go ahead and take third base. So 1-0 the count here on Bynum. So Koger got to wiggle out of some early trouble here with a runner now at third base. So 2 balls, no strikes now on Bynum. The 2-0 offering. They'll be in there for a called strike there on the outside part of the plate. So 2-1 here on Bynum. Again, Tatum Rickert to follow, the pitcher here for the Blackhawks. Koger rocks back. Here's a pitch. Ground ball here to the first base side. It's going to be foul. So that will even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tell you what, a very big batter right here for Koger to try to find her way to get an out right here. Bynum's ready for it. Here's the pitch from Koger. And that's going to be shot there to the shortstop. She'll make the nice little play right there. Again, kind of died right there. I thought for sure that was going to be served there in the left center field. But that one didn't even make it out of the infield. So now 2 outs here in the inning. So back-to-back pop-ups in the infield. There first to Koger and now to Cross. And now the pitcher, Tatum Rickert, now at the plate. That's going to be high, so 1-0 here on Rickert. Again, Minton still down at third, but now 2 away here in the inning. Back-to-back outs. Big time outs here for Koger, looking to complete the deal right here. Tough out here in Rickert. That's going to miss high for ball 2. Koger looks in there to Kahali Como. So 3-0. And following Rickert, Miranda Bowling potentially. We get that far. And that's going to be laced there in the left center field. That's going to go all the way to the fence. And she'll be in there at second base with an RBI double. There is Tatum Rickert. And that will get Cowan on the board here with a 1-0 start.
Double by Tatum Rickert. Next up to bat, we have Miranda Bowling.
So Bowling will step in after the RBI double there by Rickert. Again, still with an opportunity to tack on another run. For Wapahani's sake, obviously hoping that does not occur. So 0-1 the count here on Miranda Bowling. And the number 5 hitter in the order. That's going to sail high there for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here on Bowling. Koger takes a long look in there. Here's the 1-1 offering. Little nub shot down there to first base. Tatum Dudley will step on it, and that will end the inning. But again, a couple of hits here for the Blackhawks here in the top half of the first inning. As they get 1 run here on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We'll head to the bottom half of the first inning. Cowan 1, Wapahani 0. You're on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here to the Selma American Legion Post 437 inning break. Here's we're just about set for the bottom half of the first inning. And a 1-0 start here for Cowan as the Raiders will start off tonight's ball game here with the second baseman, number 20, Madeline Rhodes, stepping in. Again, followed by Abby Cross, Briley Cahelli Como there in the 3 spot, Emily Luce there in right field batting 4th, and Kaya Van Note, Zoe Koger, Zoe Swallow, Tatum Dudley, and Megan Luce. So again, the starting 9 here for the Lady Raiders. As tonight's first pitch from Rickert will be high for a ball, quickly 1-0. The count here on Madeline Rhodes. Rickert will get her signs. And the pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 offering from Rickert. That's going to be high and away. Definitely some zip there on that fastball. So 2-1 the count. Popped up behind home plate, and the catcher will make the play for out number 1 here in the inning. So a foul out there. We'll bring up the shortstop, number 3, Abby Cross.
Next up to bat for the Raiders, number 3, Abby Cross.
So Cross will step in here with 1 away. The pitch here to Cross will be high for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch high for ball 2. Swung on and missed. A nice healthy cut right there from Abby Cross. Unfortunately came up empty that time. See if she gets that timing down. Rickert will rock back. Here's the pitch. Puts a bunt down the first base line, but that's going to roll foul. So that's going to even the count up here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cross steps back in there. Rickert back on the rubber. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Ground ball here to the shortstop. Going to be a tough play, and Cross, utilizing the speed, will be in there safely at first with an infield single. First of the night here for Wapahani. And so that will get the Raiders an opportunity right here with the catcher, 00, Briley Kahali-Como at the plate.
00, Briley Kahali-Como.
So Kahali-Como steps in with 1 out and 1 on. And a pitch. That's going to be high for a ball. So again here, when Rickert's been kind of a little bit of in trouble as far as command-wise, most of her pitches have been sailing high. Not so much outside. Bunt put down, and that is in no man's land. Beautifully placed, as Cross will be in there safely at third as she took the extra base. So the Raiders will have runners on the corners after a beautifully placed bunt there by Briley Kahali-Como. So Cross at third, Kahali-Como at first, and the right fielder, number 5, Emily Luce, now at the plate. Here's the pitch. And she'll put that bunt down, but foul. So quickly 0-1 here on Emily Luce. Have Kaya Van Noot following Emily. The 0-1 pitch. She'll get the bunt down the third base line to throw to first, and Cross will be in there safely at home as Kahali-Como also takes the extra base, moves on not only from first to second, but now on to third. As again, Wapahani will get the run back here in the bottom half of the inning.
Kaya Van Noot.
In there for a called strike here on Kaya Van Noot. Number 5 hitter in the order. So again, Emily Luce there with the RBI. Kahali-Como at third base. Here's the 0-1 pitch. High and away. Oh, going to have a play at the plate. She's in there safely at home, as the Raiders now take a 2-1 lead. Again, 2 out here in the inning. Apologize for not putting that on there a little bit quicker. So 1 ball and 1 strike, as the Raiders again have answered back here with some great bunting, great base running. Fly ball down the right field line. That's going to hit foul. So the count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Van Noot, followed by Zoe Koger. Rickert gets her signs and a pitch. Gets her swinging for strike 3, and that's going to end the top half of the first inning, or bottom half of the first inning. But a 2-1 Wapahani lead after one frame. Here's they get 2 runs here on 2 hits, also no errors, and nobody left on. We'll head now to the top of the second. It's Raiders 2, Blackhawks 1 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here. Some American Legion Post 437 inning break here. 2-1 Wapahani as we enter the top half of the second inning. Getting here from beautiful Raider Field. Glad all of you can join us here this evening. Great to see Wapahani answer back there in the bottom half of the first inning. Being able to put together a nice inning right there. Great at bats, and again, great base running as well. So want to know the count here on the center fielder, number 5, Josie Bird. The pitch laced down the right field line, and that's inside the right field line. So Emily tried to get it in as quickly as she could. But that right there, folks, is a leadoff triple to begin the second inning.
Triple by number 5, Josie Bird. And next up to bat, we have number 10, Briley Hyatt.
So now we have the designated player, number 10, Briley Hyatt, stepping in. Again, already with a great opportunity here for the Blackhawks in inning number 2. So Koger again going to have to wiggle out of some trouble, as that's in there for a called strike there on the inside part of the plate. 0-1 here on Hyatt. Again, following her will be Savannah Crabtree, Jenna Current, the 8 and 9 hitters in the order. And that's going to be found back and out of play. So now the count stands at 0 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Koger. Well, that will get her swinging. Kahali Como will not get her at third base, so instead of having a strikeout right there being the first out of the inning, it ends up being runners on the corners with still nobody out.
Next up for the Blackhawks, number 15, Savannah Crabtree.
So the right fielder, Savannah Crabtree, now stepping in. Throw back to the pitcher rather quickly right there, anticipating potentially a steal. So 0-1 here on Crabtree. Swung on and missed. A throw down to second. That's going to be in time. She gone. So their base runner ends up being erased either way. So 1 down now in the inning. And that is strike 3 right there for out number 2. So got her looking. 2 very big outs, back-to-back strikeouts here for Koger.
Next up to bat for the
and now Jenna Current steps in.
Current.
The pitch from Koger. Puts the bunt down, right back to the pitcher, down the first. That's going to be in time, and that's going to end the inning. Excellent work there from Zoe Koger. A leadoff triple from Josie Bird, and was able to wiggle out of trouble, does Koger, as the Blackhawks get no runs on a hit, also no errors, and one left on. We'll head to the bottom half of the second inning. Wapahani leads at 2-1.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Some American Legion post 437 inning break in 2-1. Wapahani here again, run on 3 hits, also no errors, and also one left on base so far here for Cowan. 2 runs on a pair of hits, nobody left on so far here for Wapahani. So we're going to lead things off here in this bottom half of the second inning with the pitcher number 7, Zoe Koger.
Leading off for the Raiders, we have number 7, Zoe Koger.
So Koger will step in. A pitch here from Rickert. That's going to sail high and away for a ball, 1-0. That's going to be ball 2. Here's the 2-0 offering here from Rickert. That's going to be, again, high and away for now, ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes here on her counterpart, Zoe Koger. Now the pitch from Rickert in there for a called strike. So 3 balls and a strike. Koger trying to start us off right here in the bottom half of the second frame. Puts the bunt down, and that's going to be foul. Must have hit off of her when she was still in the batter's box. So that kind of deadened the ball right there, and we've got a count now of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rickert back on the rubber. And the payoff pitch. That's going to sail high, and excellent at bat right there for Zoe Koger. Working a leadoff walk to begin things here in the second inning. Now we'll have the center fielder, number 18, Zoe Swallow, stepping in. And number 7 hitter in the order. We'll see if Koger's going to be off and running right here. She got plenty of wheels as well. I'd even see a bump put down here from Swallow potentially. That's in there for a called strike, 0-1. Again, following Swallow, we'll have Tatum Dudley and Megan Luce. The 0-1 pitch. She'll get the bunt down, but it's going to go foul there along the third base line. So the count now 0-2. Rickert gets her signs, the pitch, and Swallow will foul it off, continuing the battle. So again here, no balls, 2 strikes, nobody out and 1 on here in the bottom of the second. And that's going to be laced right there to the second baseman, and that's going to double off Koger for the double play. Well struck ball right there from Swallow. Unfortunately, just excellent placement, and just worked out beautifully there for the Blackhawks.
Next up, we have number 23, Tatum Dudley.
So we're going to line out 4-3 double play as Tatum Dudley steps in. So 1-0 the count. Pitch from Rickert. Swung on and missed. Going upstairs on that one. So Dudley chased that one. Just got to try to lay off that high pitch. And that's where Rickert's lived primarily. She'll foul that one off. So now the count here at a ball and 2 strikes. Dudley's got a battle right here. Find her way on base and get 2 out now in the inning. And the 1-2 in there for called strike 3, and that's going to do it here for the bottom half of the second inning. So the Raiders, again, got a leadoff base runner there after the walk there from Zoe Koger. But unfortunately, nothing will come of it here as the Raiders get no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We'll head to the top half of the third. Again, it's Wapahani 2, Cowan 1, here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Moments we live for, we celebrate, we must protect. This is what the IHSAA Foundation does every day. By providing scholarships to student athletes, developing coaches and athletic directors, recruiting and retaining high school officials, and awarding grants to IHSAA member schools, we can protect the future of high school sports for the next generation of Hoosiers. Will you join us? We need your help on our team. Donate today at ihsaafoundation.org.
Welcome back here to the WHS Network, in from beautiful Raider Field here. Top the third inning as we got the top of the order due up here for Cowan to start things off here. We got the shortstop, number 1, McKenna Minton. Again, led off the game there with a bunt single, trying to do the same thing right there. So 0-1 the count here on Minton. Again, after she reached base, stole second, stole third, and went right on home there after Rickert lined it there in the left center field there in the top half of the first. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for a ball, 1-1. Bump put down again, except once again that will roll foul. So the count here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Taylor Young and Ariana Bynum to follow Minton here in the top of the third. Koger looks in there to Kahali Como. And the 1-2 pitch. Dribbler right back there to her. And there's nobody covering first base. I am not sure what in the world that was about.
Next up for the Blackhawks.
So it ends up being a leadoff single here for Minton. So she'll be down at first. You got the third baseman, number 2, Taylor Young, now stepping in. Called strike. The throw down to second. Nearly caught Zoe Koger right there. So stolen base again here for Minton. This looks a lot like the first inning already. And a pitch. Shows bunt to throw down to third, and she is out. Oh, thing of beauty right there from Briley Kahali-Como. Gets Minton right there, so out number 1, and now 0-2 here on Young. And the 0-2 offering, ground ball, and that's going to be a foul ball. So the count's going to remain here at 0-2. And Bynum to follow. Koger gets what she likes, rocks back. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low and inside for a ball, 1-2. And a ground ball that's going to get through the left side of the infield. So that really makes that that caught stealing situation there look really bad there if you're Cowan.
Next up, we have number
But that just is what it is.
Bynum.
Again, Minton's got the speed. Kahali-Como just had a really nice throw and then a nice tag there from Luce. They're on the receiving end. And there for a ball, 1-0 the count. This is on the catcher, number 3, Ariana Bynum. Getting popped it up there to the shortstop back there in the first inning, 0 for 1 so far on tonight. The pitch, called strike. So an even count here of a ball and a strike here on Bynum. Young down at first, 1 away here in the inning. That's going to sail high. Koger again gets her signs, and the pitch. Ground ball to the third base side. That's going to get foul. So an even count once again here of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Get already a pair of hits here in the inning. 1 from Minton, 1 from Young. And now we're going to have a mound visit here by head coach Jeff Masters. And so again, during this time, we'll be back at it on Thursday night as we'll be covering the baseball team. Again, we're trying to spread the wealth here a little bit. A lot of the games are scheduled on the same days, which really makes it bad for us because then we have to pick and choose, and we don't want anybody mad at us, to be quite frank. But, of course, somebody's probably going to be mad at some point in time. That is what it is because we can't do anything about the scheduling. But softball plays on Thursday night. Boys baseball also plays on Thursday night. We've covered 2 softball games, and so we'll head back over there to baseball and cover our second baseball game of the season. Again, coming up on Thursday night as they'll be taking on the Westdale Warriors. So great battle. Looking forward to that one coming up there on Thursday evening at 5 p.m. start time there from Raider Field. So, again, the count still stands here at 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Bynum. And here's the pitch. A little dribbler down the first base line, foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the third. And down to first base, Dudley will step on first. And that's all she'll get right there. So 2 down now in the inning, 3 unassisted is the official scoring on that one.
Next up, we have number 12.
As Young now moves up to second, and now Tatum Rickard at the plate. Obviously, she brought the Thunder there in the bottom half or top half of the first inning, had an RBI double to get the Blackhawks on the board. The same situation could arise right here, so that one's going to fall in there for a called strike, 0-1. Again, Young at second base. 2 out. The pitch from Koger. Ground ball here to the shortstop, Cross, and then the base runner ran right in front of Cross right there. I don't know if that had to have something a little bit to do with it right there, just from a distraction standpoint. She might not have even been able to see that ball. Again, not necessarily trying to make excuses right there, but that just, again, it could have been a possibility right there. So Young ends up scoring there on the air. So Miranda Bowling will now step in. So a tie game now, 2-2. Swung on and missed. 0-1. And a tough break there for Wapahani. I mean, ground ball right there. You're thinking, hey, we're out of the inning. Unfortunately, just didn't work out that way. Again, I don't know, again, I'm not sitting here trying to make any kind of excuse. But again, having the base runner cross in front of you, and then, kind of takes you out of the line of vision of the softball, especially when it comes at you fast. That might have had something to do with it. I don't know that for a fact, but very well could have. Ground ball here, second base side. Rhodes will throw on the first, and that's going to do it here for the top half of the third. But again, here, Cowan able to even things up here in the top half as they get a run here on 2 hits, also an error, and 1 left on. We will head to the bottom half of the third, again tied at 2 here on the WHS Network. Welcome back here to the bottom half, the third inning, here again on the WHS Network. Brandon Morvillius again here with your play-by-play call. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. And those of you that are just joining us here for the first time, we appreciate you all. We appreciate everybody for tuning in and spending your Tuesday evening here with us, as that one's going to be fouled off down the first base line, 0-1 here on the number 9 hitter in the order, third baseman, number 15, Megan Luce. Here's the 0-1 from Rickert, and that's going to be fouled back and out of play. So no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ground ball here to the shortstop. She'll collect, throw down to first, and that will be an out right there. 6-3 put away for out number 1. And now back to the top of the order here for Wapahani. It's going to be the second baseman, number 20, Madeline Rhodes.
Apologies, that was number 15, Megan Luce. And next up to bat, we have number 20, Maddie Rhodes. Megan was probably like, dang, she would have said that was number Luce.
Pitch here from Rickard on the way, fouled back to the backstop, 0-1. Again, Maddie fouled out to the catcher there to start off the ball game here for Wapahani here in the home half. So looking to change her fortunes this time around. That's going to be low for ball. So an even count here of a ball and a strike. You got a beautiful evening here from Raider Field. I think it's been, right around 70 to 75 degrees. Sunny. Got a nice breeze. I mean, it is about as nice as you could ever want it. I'll tell you that much. Perfect weather for some Lady Raider softball. So 2-1 the count here on Rhodes. Now 3-1, as that one will be just a bit outside. In the words of old Bob Euchre, tell you what, that never gets old. Just a bit outside. 3-1 the count, and the pitch to Rhodes. That one's going to be fouled off. So 3-2 the count. Rhodes steps back in there. Rickert back on the rubber. She'll get her signs right here, and the payoff pitch coming your way. And that's going to be popped up, and that's going to be fouled and out of play. So we're going to redo this one again. A great at bat put together so far here from Maddie. It's got to top it off here with reaching base somehow, some way. Payoff pitch once more. Gets her swinging for strike 3 for out number 2 here in the inning. Now we'll have the shortstop, number 3, Abby Cross, stepping in here for the Lady Raiders. Again, 1 for 1 here on the night. Singled and scored a run there in the first.
Abby Cross.
So maybe a little 2-out rally here from Wapahani. Let's see what can potentially come together right here. The pitch. It's going to be high for a ball, 1-0. And following Cross will be Kahali Como. Swung on and missed for a strike. Got a good old healthy cut there from Cross. One ball, one strike. The offering. Swung on and missed, strike 2. So again, kind of pulling off of that a little bit, especially on that outside pitch. And not a lot of time right there, but tried to step into that one and serve it into right field. And that's going to be swung on and missed for strike 3. So a pair of strikeouts here in the bottom half of the third inning of Rhodes and Cross as the Raiders go 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom half of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. As we head to the top half of the fourth again here from beautiful Raider Field, we're tied at 2 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
2 p.m. Saturday afternoon. You have 2 choices. Option 1, take 2 nanoseconds to reach over and put on your seatbelt. Or Option 2, decide it's too much work for a Saturday and don't put on your seatbelt. As the seatbelt alarm continues to sing the song of its people, you roll your eyes. You're just going down the block, you'll be fine. You take a turn to the left, and that's when you see it.
Just wear your seatbelt. It's an easy way to save your own life. The Indiana Criminal Justice Institute wants to remind you that choices matter. Click it to live it.
All right, welcome back in here, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 4th inning here on the WHS Network as we'll get this party started here with the center fielder, number 5, Josie Bird. Stepping in here, 1 for 1 on the evenings. Had a leadoff triple to begin the 2nd inning. And Bird will go ahead and take her base. As that pitch hit her. So not exactly how you want to start off this 4th inning here if you're Wapahani and Zoe Koger. But, hey, last time she was on base, we left her stranded. Might as well go ahead and leave her there this time around as well. So Briley Hyatt steps in, a designated player here for the Blackhawks. As that's going to bounce in to home plate. So 1-0 the count here on Hyatt. And Hyatt struck out swinging there in the 2nd inning and was able to reach base. Then was caught stealing 2nd, so quickly erased thereafter. Oh, nice one right there from Koger. And took a little something off of that one. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. It's going to be high and away for a ball 2. Two-one pitch. Ground ball, third base side. That's going to get foul. So that's going to even the count up. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Hyatt. Followed by Crabtree and Current. So Hyatt steps back in. Koger looks in there to Kahali Como and the 2-2 offering. And that's going to hit her as well. Or did it? No, it didn't. And now it looks like we might have a meeting of the minds. Okay, so that's going to be 3 balls and 2 strikes. Going to run her now out at second base there after the stolen base. And off the pitcher's glove, Rhodes fields and he gets her out there at first. So 4-3 put out right there for out number 1. Again, Bird now down at third, and Savannah Crabtree now at the plate. Right fielder. And rather, we're going to have a pinch hitter now. It's going to be Madison Norris now stepping in for Cowan.
Stepping in for Cowan Blackhawks, we have number 9, Madison Norris. Thank you for the first name there. It's just not on here.
So Norris will step in here, again hitting for Crabtree. Again, 1 away here in the inning with a runner at third. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's low for ball. Evens things up here at 1-1. One ball, one strike. The 1-1 offering from Koger swung on and missed. A throw down to third. Won't be in time. So now Norris in the hole here at 1-2. And a 1-2 pitch. Gets her looking, strike three for a big second out here in the inning. And now that will bring up the left fielder, number 6, Jenna Current.
Next up at the plate, we have number 6, Jenna Current.
Again, grounded her out right back to the pitcher there in the second. I believe she bunted that one back to the pitcher, if I remember correctly. So 1-0 here on Current. Rocks back. Here's a pitch. Fouled right back at us. So an even count here of 1-1. Getting Cowan so far here on the evening has left 3 runners on base. Koger looking to make it a 4th right here. Down the right field line, that's going to be well foul. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got Bird down at third, 2 away. The pitch gets her swinging for strike 3. That is how you get it done, Zoe Koger. A thing of beauty right there. Again, after a leadoff hit by pitch. Really nothing comes of it thereafter. A pair of strikeouts from Koger here in the 4th. As the Blackhawks get no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We will head to the bottom half of the 4th. Again, tied here at 2. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
All right, welcome back here to some American Legion Post 437 inning break as we are set for the bottom half, the 4th inning. Again here from beautiful Raider Field. We've got the catcher, 00, Briley Kahali-Como stepping in to lead off the inning. Yeah, she will swing and miss there at that one. And Briley, 1 for 1 here on the evening. And a base hit bunt, scored a run also. The 0-1. That's going to sail high, evens things up here to ball and a strike. Putting the bunt down in front of home plate, and Kahale Como again showcasing the speed. Gets the leadoff bunt single. So a leadoff base runner here for Wapahani. That's a good sign of things here for the Lady Raiders. And now we'll have the right fielder, number 5, Emily Luce, stepping in. Again, the third baseman playing way in. Only about 15 feet away, it seems like. Call the strike, the throw down to second. Kahale Como will be in there safely. So she's in there with a stolen base. The 0-1 here from Rickert. Ball high. An even count now of 1 ball and 1 strike. Tell you what, right here, if I'm Emily, show bunt, bring that bat back, and let her fly. Why not? Well, I can understand you want to get them even closer. Don't get me wrong. So that's going to be a foul ball. Deadens it right there. And there's a ball hitter while she was in the batter's box. One ball, 2 strikes. Rickert's going to rock back. Here's a pitch. Skips that one in the dirt. Throw down to third, won't be in time. So another stolen base there for Kahale Como. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Emily Luce, right fielder here for your Raiders. And a pitch. That's going to be high and away for ball 3. Nice job there by Emily to lay off of that. And the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Excellent at bat right there from Emily Luce. Was down 1-2. Was able to work herself into a little bit of a duel right there between her and Rickert. Got the full count and was able to draw that walk to put runners on the corners. And now the left fielder, number 6, Kaya Van Note, will step in. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and, well, Emily Luce will just go ahead and travel right on in there safely at second rather easily. It's already 3 stolen bases here in the inning. 2 from Kahale Como, and then again there for Emily Luce. The pitch to Van Note. Misses the bunt. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And a pitch. Fouled back. And now the count stands here at 1-2 again. Van Note here on the evening, 0 for 1. Struck out swinging back there in the first inning. Again, looking to come up big time right here. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Throw down to first. That's going to get it done right there. Excellent work there from Kaya Van Note. Again, just simply putting the ball in play. That's all you had to do, and that was a job well done there from Kaya. So a 6-3 put out right there for out number 1. Kahale Como again came on home to score.
Next up, number 7.
Again, Van Note credited there with the RBI. Again, Luce now down to third, and we have the pitcher Zoe Koger at the plate. as that one's going to be high, 1-0. Koger walked there in the second inning to lead off the inning, and then was doubled off after a line drive from Zoe Swallow. Popped up there in the infield, and Rickert will take care of that. So 2 out now in the inning. And now the center fielder, Zoe Swallow, will step in. You got a 3-2 Wapahani lead, looking for another insurance run right here. Yeah, that's going to be popped up down the first base side, and the first baseman not able to get there in time. Nice hustle, though. So 0-1 here on Swallow. Again, fell behind 0-2 there in the second inning, and then hit a frozen rope right to the second baseman. Like I said, doubled off Koger. A well-struck ball, just unfortunately for her, right into the glove of the second baseman. Ooh, call that a strike. That looked well outside. So no balls and 2 strikes here on Swallow. Rickert here with the pitch. And that's going to get her swinging there for strike 3. But the Raiders do put a run across here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, as they get a run here on 1 hit, also no errors, and 1 left on. We will head now to the top of the 5th inning. Again, it's Wapahani 3, Cowan 2. You're on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Top of the 5th inning here from Raider Field, a 3-2 Wapahani lead. As we start the 5th inning off here with the leadoff hitter, shortstop number 1, McKenna Minton here for the Blackhawks. 2 for 2 days so far here for McKenna. 3 stolen bases as that's bunt down the third baseline foul. But again, 3 stolen bases so far between the 2 plate appearances here for McKenna. And also a run scored there after a RBI double from Rickert there in the top of the 1st inning. Again, she was caught stealing there in the 3rd. So 0-1 the count. Again, 1, 2, and 3 hitters due up. Bunted right back to the pitcher to throw down to first. That's going to be in time. So a 1-3 put out for out number 1 to begin the 5th. Now is the third baseman, number 2, Taylor Young, will step in. Young 1 for 2 on the day. Popped it up to the pitcher in the 1st inning and then singled and scored a run in the 3rd. And that was again after the error there from Cross. So 1-0 the count to start things off here on Young. Okay, 1-0 pitch. Lined right there to the shortstop. The throw on to first. Ooh, very close call right there. Cross did an excellent job. Again, deep there in the hole there, 5 and 6 spot. was able to make a really nice stop, and then the throw down the first nearly had her.
Number 3,
And an infield single here for Taylor Young. Now a 2 for 3 day here for the young lady. She's down at first. Now the catcher, Ariana Byram at the plate. Or Bynum, pardon me. 0 for 2 so far for Bynum, as that's going to be low and away, 1-0. But Bynum popped it up to the shortstop in the first inning and then grounded out to the first baseman in the third. And so a quick pause in the action right here. Kahali Como will go on out there to talk to her pitcher, Koger. So again, 1 on, 1 out, with a 3-2 Wapahani lead here in the fifth. Again, the Lady Raiders will be back in action on Thursday night right here at home against Westdale. Again, baseball and softball both playing against Westdale there on Thursday night. Both games starting at 5 o'clock. The 1-0 pitch from Koger in there for a called strike, 1-1. And that's going to be down the left field line and fair. Van Note unable to get to it. That's going to go all the way to the fence. They're motoring around third. And now a throw to the plate. Well, won't even get there anyway. They held her up eventually, and then she ended up taking off past third and ends up scoring a run after it all. So an RBI double from Bynum scores Taylor Young. So again, still 1 out here in the inning. Tie ball game now at 3. Again, here's the Blackhawks continue to threaten here. And time was called. And they're going to go ahead and intentionally walk Rickert. So Bynum at second, Rickert at first. Miranda Bowling, the first baseman, at the plate. 0 for 2 so far is Bowling. Ground out to the first baseman and then a ground out to the second baseman. So 1-0 to start things off. A 1-0 pitch from Koger. Popped up, foul ground here on the third base side. Loose right there to make the catch for out number 2 here in the inning. And now the center fielder, number 5, Josie Bird, steps in. She is 1 for 2 on the day. Or pardon me, actually 1 for 1. Tripled in the second inning and then was hit by a pitch in the fourth and later stole second, but then was left stranded at third. The pitch inside for a ball, making Bird a little uncomfortable right there. That's what you want. Of course, you don't want to hit anybody or hurt anybody, but you do want to make the batter feel uncomfortable. The 1-0 pitch from Koger. Swung on and missed, 1-1. And Bird, the number 6 hitter in the order. Going to ground out right back to the pitcher there by Minton to start the inning, and then the double or the single from Young scored off the double there from Bynum. Then intentionally walk Rickert, as that's popped back and out of play now, 1-2. And then again, the foul out there to the third baseman just moments ago there by Bowling. Again, is so far what's happened through the first 5 batters here in the top of the 5th inning. And a tie game here at 3. 2 on, 2 out. Koger gets her signs, and the 1-2 pitch That's going to be high for ball 2. So again, Deuce is wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and 2 on here in the bottom half of the 5th. And a pitch. And that's going to be out there in the center field. Swallow bobbles it. Now to third base. Won't be in time, as that's going to end up being a RBI single here for Josie Bird to give the Blackhawks a 4-3 lead.
Next up to bat, we have number 10, Briley Hyatt.
So again, Bynum scores. They're after the single from Bird. Again, Rickert now at third. Bird at second. So 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch. Call the strike. Mudsteened right here on Briley Hyatt. An 0 for 2 days so far here for the young lady. Struck out in the second and grounded out in the 4th. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Koger trying to limit the damage right here. Trying to find her way out of this top of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Gets her swinging for strike 3. A very big out right there. But the Blackhawks are able to tack on a couple runs right here to take a 4-3 lead here as they get 2 runs here on 3 hits. Also no errors and 2 left on. We head to the bottom half of the bottom half of the 5th rather. Cowan 4, Wapahani 3.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Our company's mantra has been and will always be humans over houses. For the last several years, we have been able to help people follow our mission statement, which is enriching lives by helping people find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate has premier real estate agents ready to assist you with commercial properties, new construction, residential homes, or investment properties, no matter if you are looking to purchase or to sell. We are skilled negotiators, tenacious marketers, and fearless advocates for our clients. We want them to feel the passion we have for what we do and the professionalism we exemplify while we do it. Our clients depend on us to have grit and determination when we represent them. We roll up our sleeves and get to work. Every interaction, every time.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom half of the 5th inning here as it's 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for Wapahani to start off the 5th. And we're going to lead things off here with first baseman number 23, Tatum Dudley. Again, Tatum so far 0 for 1 here on the night. Struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. So again, looking to get this Lady Raider offense rolling here in the 5th. As that will be in there for a called strike. 0-1 here on Dudley. Rickert gets her signs, the pitch. Swung on and missed strike 2. Got a battle now with 2 strikes. And then a little bit of a hole right here. And a pitch. That's going to sail high and away.
Baseball's up 9-1.
And a 1-2 pitch. Outside ball 2. The 2-2. High and away for ball 3. So Dudley, again, down 0-2. Worked it now to a full count. So Rickert taking some time here as the payoff pitch eludes. And that one's going to be fouled back. So Dudley doing an excellent job here battling in this AB. And trying to find her way on base to start off this inning. Been quite the tough task so far. Let's see if she can end it the right way. And she will. Oh, my. Oh. Called strike 3. That must have been the outer part of the outer strike zone. I mean, that was tough break there for Dudley. So 1 out now in the inning, as we'll have the third baseman, number 15, Megan Luce, at the plate. So 0-1 here on the third baseman, Megan Luce. Grounded out there to the shortstop in the third inning. Did she go? She did, says the field umpire. So 0-2 the count now. Again, Luce got to climb out of this hole. And now the field umpire getting his money's worth, I guess, right here. She did not go that time around. So 1-2 the count. Rickert rock back. Here's a pitch. Called strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts here of Dudley and Megan Luce. Both unfortunately looking. As we'll head back to the top of the order here, now it's number 20, Madeline Rhodes at the plate. 0 for 2 so far here for Maddie. Fouled out to the catcher in the first inning and then struck out swinging in the third. So she is due right here, right now, as the Raiders looking to have a little 2-out magic here in the bottom half of the fifth. And there for a called strike, quickly 0-1. So Rickert getting pumping some strikes. And after Dudley working it to a full count, after starting her off 0-2, it's been pretty much nothing but strikes here from Rickert. And as soon as I say that, there's a ball. One ball, one strike. Rickert here with a 1-1 offering. Called strike 2. The 1-2 pitch gets her swinging for strike 3, and Rickert, with quite the dominating bottom half the fifth inning, strikes out the side in order as Wapahani gets no runs here on no hits, also no errors, and nobody left on. We'll head to the top of the sixth. Cowan 4, Wapahani 3 on the WHS Network. All right, welcome back here, top the sixth inning. Savannah Crabtree due up to begin the Cowan half of the sixth. Quickly 0-1. She fouls that one back. We got a 4-3 Cowan lead again so far here for the Blackhawks. 4 runs here on 8 hits. No errors so far. And then they have stranded 6 runners on the base pass. Ground ball here. And Luce steps in front of Cross and takes away that. So that will be an infield single here for Crabtree. So her 0 for 2 day has now flourished into a 1 for 3 day. And now we're going to have a courtesy runner now down at first base, number 13. And that is Emma Jones. Is now the courtesy runner at first base. And so now down at, now here at the plate will be left fielder number 6, Jenna Current.
What did you say? I don't know. He's talking to me or?
Did they change? Is that number 13 on first base? I didn't see it change.
I don't even care.
There's a pitch from Koger. That pitch high down to first. Nothing there.
Thank you.
So 1-0 the count here on Current. But put right down to first base line. Throw to first. That's going to get away. And out to third. She will be in there safely. And now she'll take second, does Current. So that went haywire quick. So an infield single, bunt single there for Current. Crabtree, Emma Jones running there for Crabtree down at third base now. Current moves on to second after we threw the ball around the infield a little bit. And now back to the top of the order right here in McKenna Minton. So not exactly a place where you want to be at here if you're Wapahani, as that's going to be high for a ball 1-0. One ball, no strikes. The pitch here to Minton puts the bunt down but foul. So an even count here of a ball and a strike. Getting runners at second and third, nobody out here in the sixth. 4-3 Cowan lead. Popped up, and Van Noot with the shoelace grab right there. Nicely done for out number 1.
Next up at the plate, we have number 3, Ariana Bynum.
So Taylor Young now at the plate.
Number 2, Taylor Young.
You got a 1 away here in the inning. Still runners at second and third. Got Young on today, 2 for 3. Pair of runs scored. The pitch. That's going to be high and inside, 1-0. Koger taking a long look in there to Hallie Como. And that one's going to be fouled back to the backstop, evening the count up here at 1-1. Following Young will be Ariana Bynum. Having a 1 for 3 day so far there for Bynum. Now it's going to be high and out of the strike zone there for a ball. So 2 balls and 1 strike here on Young. And that's going to miss inside there for ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike here on Taylor Young. And a pitch from Koger. That's going to be ball 4. Now the throw down to second. She's out. She thought the bases were loaded right there, so she was going to make her way to third. And that indeed was not the case. And so now there's runners on the corners, now 2 away here in the inning.
Now we have at the plate number 3, Ariana Button.
So again, Current caught stealing, technically, for out number 2 here in the inning. Young at first. We've got Jones at third and the catcher Bynum at the plate. So that mightn't have been exactly what the Raiders needed right here, as that's called a strike, 0-1. Rock back. Here's a pitch, ground ball here to the second base side. Rhodes on the first, and that's going to do it. So a very, very big mistake base running wise there by Cowan, as they threatened there with a pair of runners on and nobody out, and ends up wiggling out of trouble there. Excellent work there from Koger and the Raiders, as Cowan gets no runs here on 2 hits. Also no errors and 2 left on base. We will head here to the bottom half of 6, 4-3 Cowan here on the WHS Network. Welcome back here to the Semi-American Legion post 437 inning break. A 4-3 Cowan lead here as we enter the bottom half of 6th. And greatly appreciate you all for tuning in and spending your Tuesday night here with us. It means a great deal to us that you support us, but more importantly support these awesome student athletes out here for both Cowan and Wapahani as they continue to put on quite the show here this evening. 0-1 so far here on Cross. And a pitch from Rickert. That is upstairs there for a ball, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike as that one's found back and out of play.
Sorry, get excited.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Abby Cross. Again, following her will be Briley Kahali-Como and then Emily Luce. 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here in the 6th. Here's the pitch. Ground ball here to the third baseman, throws on to first, and so quickly One out right there, 5-3 put away there to lead off the bottom half of the sixth inning here for Wapahani as the catcher, 0-0, Briley Kahali-Como will step in.
Next up, we have catcher, 0-0, Briley Kahali-Como.
So Kahali-Como 2 for 2 here on the evening with a pair of stolen bases and also a pair of runs scored.
Oh, you're okay, man.
Oh, 1 pitch here to Kahali-Como. In there, calling strike 2. So again, now I got to just shorten up, put ball in play somewhere. Got to find some open real estate out there. There's plenty out there in the gaps, that's for sure. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be upstairs for a ball. So 1-2 the count. Emily Luce to follow. Raiders obviously have got to get things going here. Not too many opportunities left. As that one's going to be fouled back out of plate. So the count's going to stay here at 1-2. The 1-2 pitch over there to the second base side, bobbled, and Kahali-Como will be in there safely at first. After an error there by the second baseman, again had a little bit of an episode of the Butterfingers. Again, tough. You're trying to make quick play, especially when you know there's a base runner that can motor down the baseline quickly. It's a lot easier said than done sometimes.
Next up, number 5, Emily Luce.
So Kahali-Como down at first, and Emily Luce now at the plate. Shows bunt. Kahali-Como will be safe at second. Again, it looked like originally that the throw possibly would have had her, but it looked like maybe, again, the player receiving that one might have bobbled it. Here's the pitch. Oh, boy, she is dead left to right on that one. So 2 down now in the inning after Kahali-Como caught stealing there at third. And a pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. So 2-1 the count here on Emily Luce. Kaya Van Note waiting on deck patiently. As that will be ball 3. So 3-1 the count. Strike 2 called here on Luce. So a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out and nobody on here in the Raiders' half of the 6th. And a payoff pitch from Rickert. Gets her swinging for strike 3. So that will do it here in the bottom half of the 6th here for Wapahani. Again, threatened there with a error there by the second baseman, but unfortunately Kahali-Como got caught stealing down there at third. So no runs, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left on here in the bottom half of the 6th. We'll head now to the top of the 7th. Again, it's Cowan 4, Wapahani 3 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Welcome back here again to the Selma American Legion post 437 inning break. A 4-3 Cowan lead as we enter the top of seventh. Again, the Raiders have had their chances here. Unfortunately, still find themselves down by one. And right here, if you're Wapahani, you got to leave it right where it's at to head into the bottom half of seventh with an opportunity and a chance right here. But the Blackhawks will lead off the top of the seventh here with the pitcher, number 12, Tatum Rickert. As that's going to fall low and away there for a ball quickly, 1-0. Tatum here on the evening, 1 for 2 on the night. Had an RBI double in the first, reached base on an error in the third, and then walked in the fifth. As that's going to sail high there for ball 2. So, again, first pitch low and away, second pitch high. Hopefully the third pitch will be in there for a strike. That's the plan anyway. Koger here with a pitch. That's going to fall short and low there for a ball. So 3-0 here on Rickert. Again, same thing happened back in the first inning. And then Rickert took a 3-0 pitch right there in the left center field to score Minton after her leadoff single and then a couple of stolen bases. Ground ball right back to the pitcher, and Koger fields her position well right there. 1-3 put out for out number 1. As that will bring to the plate the first baseman, number 11, Miranda Bowling. Here's the pitch from Koger. Down the first base line, nearly takes out her own coach down there. So quickly 0-1 here on Bowling. The 0-1 offering from Koger. That's going to just miss high. So 1-1 the count. Ground ball, and that's going to get through the right side of the infield, or middle part of the infield, really. A Swallow ends up missing it out there in center. So that ends up being a hit and an error. That allows Bowling to reach third.
Next up, we have number 5, Josie Bird.
So Josie Bird will now step in. She is 2 for 2 here on the day. Tripled in the second, was hit by a pitch in the fourth, and then singled there with the RBI there in the fifth. So 0-1 the count here on Bird. Again there with Bowling at third base. The pitch. Ground ball here, the shortstop. She's going to go home with it, and a bad throw will not do any good right there for Wapahani. And so back-to-back errors cost Wapahani. So Bird now at first base. Still only one out. The designated player, Briley Hyatt, at the plates. It's a tough going right here for Wapahani, unfortunately. The pitch here from Koger. Shows bunt, brings the bat back, but it's called a strike anyway. So 0-1 here on Hyatt. Hyatt, so far here on the evening, 0 for 3. Struck out swinging in the second inning, but was able to reach base. Then was caught stealing there in the second. Again, then grounded out to the second baseman in the fourth, and then struck out swinging in the fifth. And that's going to hit her. So Bird now moves up to second, Hyatt to first.
Number 13, Emma Jones.
Now, one thing is, so head coach Jeff Masters going out to have a little bit of a chat there with the home plate umpire, because it did look like she did offer at the pitch. She squared around to offer to bunt at that. So if that hit her, that's not her fault, as far as Koger's fault. She offered at the pitch. Technically, that's a strike. So we'll see if the meeting of the minds will see it that way. And they're going to say that she didn't offer at the pitch.
What more do you want?
So nonetheless, here we have first and second. Still only one away here in the inning, and Savannah Crabtree will now step in at home plate. Or no, rather, it's going to be number 13, and that is Emma Jones. Ground ball there to the third baseman. She'll step on third, and that's all she'll get right there for out number 2.
Stepping up to the plate next, we have number 6, Jenna Current.
You guys have practice or a game?
So again, 2 away here in the inning. Jenna Current at the plates. And that's going to be fouled off there at the third base line, so 0-1 here on Current. Koger back here on the rubber. Gets her signs here from Callie Como. And the 0-1 pitch. Offers at it. Placed the bunt down the third base line. Down to first, and that's going to do it. That's a 5-4 put out right there for out number 3 to end the inning. But again, Cowan gets a run once again here to tack on to total things right here. 5-3 lead. Here's they get a run on a hit. Also 2 errors and 2 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. It's Cowan 5, Wapahani 3 here on the WHS Network.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
All right, welcome back here, folks. Bottom half the 7th inning coming up here. Wapahani again finds themselves down by a pair of runs. We've got 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up in the lineup here. Kaya Van Noten, Zoe Koger, and Zoe Swallow. So again, obviously now definitely has to be the time in order to get it done. Unfortunate that the Raiders allowed a run there in the top half of the inning to apply a little bit more distance between us and the Blackhawks. But nonetheless, we've got to get back at it right here, find a way to at least put 2 runs up on the board. So 1-0 the count here on the Raiders left fielder Kaya Van Noot. Here's the 1-0. Misses inside on a little bit low now, 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. So 2 balls and 1 strike here on Kaya. And 0 for 2 here on the night. Struck out swinging in the first, and then grounded out to the shortstop back in the fourth. And that's going to sail high for ball 3. So very favorable right here if you're Kaya. Good count to hit in. But it's got to be a perfect pitch. Other than that, I'm not swinging. A 3-1 offering. Ooh, in there for a called strike. Good one, though, to lay off right there. That wasn't exactly a pitch I would have probably chased either there if I'm Van Noot. So now full count here, 3 balls, 2 strikes, the payoff pitch. And that's going to be fouled off to the right side and out of play. Payoff pitch once more. And I'll say foul ball. So Van Noot stays alive, as the old Saturday Night Fever song goes. Rickert back on the rubber. Looks right on in there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch once more. Gets her swinging for strike 3. So a heck of a battle put up there by Van Noot. Unfortunately, come up short that time around. For out number 1 here in the inning, that brings up the pitcher, number 7, Zoe Koger.
Next up, number 7, Zoe Koger.
So Koger 0 for 1 here on the day. Drew a walk back in the second inning and then popped it up to the pitcher back in the fourth. Swung on and missed, 0-1. Now the Raiders only 3 hits here on the night. 2 of those coming there in the first inning. Popped up, first base side, and the first baseman won't get there in time. Nice hustle nonetheless. So 0-2. Rickert gets signs and the 0-2. Chopped foul. So the count again here, no balls and 2 strikes. Zoe Swallow waits on deck. And the Raiders in desperation mode of some base runners. That's going to be sailing high there for a ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch gets her swinging, strike 3. So 2 down now in the inning. Zoe Swallow will now step in as the Raiders down to their last out. Again, she has mowed down the Raiders here within these last 2 2/3 innings.
Baseball's up 13-4 after 5.
Out of the 8 outs so far here in the last 2 2/3 innings, Rickard has collected 6 strikeouts of those 8 outs collected. That is getting it done. Talk about really coming through in crunch time here from an overall pitching perspective. Rickard has definitely done that. So, again, you got to give credit where credit's due. The Raiders just trying to find a way to put the ball in play and continue on and find a way back in this one. In there for called strike 2. So the Lady Raiders now down to their final strike. Getting right here for Zoe. About the only thing you can do. Take a deep breath. Try to stay relaxed. And again, try to find that sweet part of the ball bat to place the ball on right here. Just misses. Again, we're looking to obviously hit the ball, but you got to find a way any way you can to get on base. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Sail wide right there for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Rickard will rock back. Here's the pitch. Gets her swinging for strike 3, and that's going to do it here tonight, folks. So your final score, the Cowan Blackhawks 5, your Wapahani Raiders 3.
Blackhawks 5 and Wapahani Raiders 3. Thank you for being here this
Again, the final line score here for the Raiders here this evening. Again, we'll put that graphic here on the screen, and for the Blackhawks as well. So Cowan records 5 runs here on 11 hits, also 1 error. And then 10 runners left on base. Wapahani here on the flip side of things with 3 runs on 3 hits, also 3 errors, and 1 runner left on base. So, again, Wapahani now falls to 2-2 on the season following the loss here to the Blackhawks. Again, 5-3 here this evening. Again, we want to thank you all for tuning in and spending your Tuesday night here with us. Again, we'll be back at it on Thursday night, except we'll be traveling over to the baseball field as your Wapahani Raider baseball team will be taking on the Westdale Warriors. That'll be a 5 p.m. start time. Again, the softball team will also be playing that night, again, right out here from Raider Field, also against Westdale at 5 p.m. as well. So, again, we'll be covering baseball on Thursday night. Again, here's your final score. The Cowan Blackhawks 5, your Wapahani Raiders 3. Again, the Raiders now fall to 2-2 on the season, also 1-1 in the MEC Conference. So, folks, until Thursday night, again, I'm Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Thanking all of you for watching, and we'll see you next time here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.